This year marks the 35th anniversary of the release of Super Mario Bros. On the Famicom and NES. Look, we don't need to go over the legacy of Super Mario Bros., right? Like, I mean, it's pretty well understood that it is one of the, if not the most influential video games, ever created. That was the first video game I ever played, leastways the first one that I can remember, and I played the crap out of it. I had a Super Mario Bros. / Duck Hunt combo cart, and I loved that game. So, I'm always down for my nostalgia for Mario being milked. I really am. Sorry, I just started thinking about a nostalgia cow being milked. So as part of the celebration for the thing, the I've got nostalgia cows on the brain now. So as part of the celebration of Mario's 35th anniversary, or I should say Super Mario Bros. 35th anniversary, Nintendo has released for free for members of Nintendo Switch Online, Super Mario Bros. 35. Which is basically the original game of Super Mario Bros., but with 35 players. Basically how the game works, you play through random levels of Super Mario Bros. You usually start on World 1-1, occasionally you'll start on World 1-2, and you'll be playing against 35 other players. So you can target specific players, and every time you kill an enemy, that enemy will be sent to that player. A ghost copy of that enemy will spawn into the world whether it belongs there or not, and of course other players are doing that to you. So pretty quickly, you go from a regular game of Super Mario Bros. Where World 1-1 looks like it always does, to one in which Bowser's there, and Hammer Bros, and Lakitu, and just all the Goombas. They're everywhere. It gets pretty hectic. Of course, you can also collect coins and power-ups, just like in the original. You can spend 20 coins to spend the roulette, which will give you a random power-up, whether that be a mushroom, fire flower, a star, or a POW block, which kills all the enemies on the screen. When you stomp on an enemy, you'll add 2 seconds to your clock. You start with 30 seconds. Once the clock runs out, or you die, you're done. So you stomp on an enemy and you'll get 2 seconds added to the clock. If you can combo enemies, so in other words, hop on an enemy and then hop on another and then another, you'll chain those combos and they'll get bigger. If you hit an enemy with a fire flower, you'll only get 1 second. So yeah, that's it. I mean, that's really the game. I mean, there's some other embellishments. After you lose, you can spectate on other players in the round. Something that the game will let you know, there'll be a little eye icon that'll pop up on the bar that shows Mario's progress at the bottom, which is horrible for me because I immediately get nerves if I see someone watching me. It just proves that I could not do a Twitch channel. I turn into a bundle of nerves the minute I know somebody is watching me play a video game. Now, as far as strategy goes, I don't really have one. You can select who you send your enemies to, either manually, or you have a little wheel that allows you to select either the person with the lowest time, the person with the most coins, the people that are attacking you, or just random. I'm sure that people who are much better at video games than I am have strategy, but I'll be honest, my strategy basically amounts to Homer Simpson's boxing strategy.
Okay, Homer, he's tired. He's tired. Now's your chance. Nudge him. Nudge him.
Basically just last longer than everybody else. I mean, I'll be honest, it's the only online game where I am consistently in the top 5. And I wish that I could say that that's because of my ability, but honestly, I just know how to survive. That's all it is. Now, maybe people with more skill than I do have strategy and they enjoy that, but I'm gonna be honest, I haven't seen it. That's, whatever. You know, when you first start playing the game, you think, okay, this is just a ROM of Super Mario Bros. And they've added some things to it, but honestly, it feels like a completely different physics engine. For instance, when you jump on enemies, you can press the jump button and hop a little bit higher. Now that's something that's been in Mario games for many years now, but that was actually not a feature in the original Super Mario Bros. Now it makes sense that they've added that in there, It makes it easier to hop on enemies. The other big change that they've put in there is the HD rumble. You feel the rumble anytime you hit a block, anytime you get a power up. And I gotta be honest, I would love to see them go back to other NES games in the NSO library and add the HD rumble. It's not something that I realized I wanted until I had it. You know, obviously when I go back and play retro games, I'm not expecting to have any sort of rumble feedback, so it's not a big deal. Now that I've experienced it in Super Mario Bros., it actually, for me, it adds a lot, and I'd like to see that in other games. Look, at the end of the day, Super Mario Bros. 35 is a simple game. It's no frills. There are things that I wish could have been added. It would have been nice to have the ability to play with your friends, be able to add them into the round that you're playing. The other thing that would have been nice for me, as far as unlocking new levels, as far as I can tell, it's at random. So basically, at the start of each round, you can select a level that basically, that level will go into a pool. All the other 34 players are selecting levels as well, and then the game will randomly select a level each time you complete a level. So you really have no control over which level you're going to play next, unless of course you're playing World 1-2 or World 4-2 where you can get to the warp zones. But even then, more times than not, when I get into a warp zone, my choices are World 1-1, World 1-1, or World 2-2. And I hate water levels, so obviously I'm going to go with World 1-1, despite the fact that I'm very tired of playing World 1-1. I'm not entirely sure how you get new levels, because it seems to me that everybody is picking World 1-1 or World 1-2. I mean, rarely. In fact, only once that I can think of have I played a level past World 4. And it's just a little bit frustrating to have to play the same levels over and over and over again. So it would have been nice to have that ability to unlock the levels, to be able to unlock the levels faster. You get coins as rewards at the end of each game, and you can't really spend those coins on much other than power-ups at the beginning of a round. So you can spend, 50 coins to have the flower power up right off the bat. I think it would have been a good idea to perhaps have those coins give you the ability to buy new levels, or to something more than just giving you a leg up when you start a new round. As you level up, you unlock new icons. Probably would have been better to just use the coins that you get to buy those new icons. The problem is that there's really not much more reward to winning games other than you get those coins and you level up. There's no other incentive beyond that. So once you grow tired of the novelty of just playing through rounds of Super Mario Bros. 35, there's nothing to keep you coming back. The game is very much a repetitive type game. You're going to be playing the same thing over and over and over again. For me, when I play a game from the 80s, like Super Mario Bros., it reminds me of an arcade game, and it reminds me of a time when that's what video games were. You played the same levels over and over and over again and got better and better and better. So for that, for me, that's a throwback. But I could see a lot of modern gamers looking at that and thinking, what the heck, this is pointless. And I could see a lot of gamers getting tired of it pretty quick. All of that being said, I didn't pay any money to play this game. It was free. And it's a novel way to revisit Super Mario Bros., which I think is a great way to celebrate its 35th anniversary. I give the game a 6 out of 10, but I want to add to that I highly recommend you play it. I give it a 6 out of 10 because it's nothing particularly earth-shattering or incredible, but it is a lot of fun, and I highly recommend you play it. Where you're not going to be paying any extra money to play it, why not? Go for it. It's fun. Am I going to be playing it a month from now? I don't know. Maybe not, but I've already sunk like 10 hours into it just because it's fun for me. I don't know. And there's nothing to lose. It was free. It was fun. This was fun! Sorry, my last couple of videos have been kind of negative, so it's just nice to have, like, a fun video. I love you all. Okay, bye.
Why did the パクパクおかしなお菓子。
なんだってパクパクおかしなお菓子？新発売スーパーマリオのカレーライス。今ファミコングッズプレゼント。